I'm Darrell White, partner with Kimura London White.
And I'm Bill London, also a partner at the firm.
Today we're talking about love and marriage, Bill. One of our favorite topics. So we represent a lot of entrepreneurs here in Southern California and across the country. Many are married and have families. Many are thinking about getting married and entering into a new, not a business relationship, right, Bill? This is a new romantic relationship they're interested in.
Right.
So today we're going to go through some things that an entrepreneur, small business owner should know before they get married. So Bill, what's a prenuptial agreement?
It's a great topic. Whether you are aware of it or not, anyone who gets married in California or anywhere around the country has a prenuptial agreement, and it's called the Family Code. This is a set of laws that applies to you when you're married, whether you have talked about it, whether you're aware of it or not. And that leads me to the definition of a prenuptial agreement. That's you are customizing the laws that apply to your marriage, and you make an agreement with your fiance to that effect.
That's great. That's good to know, because I think of it a lot of times, it's got the stigma around having a prenuptial agreement before you get married is a bad thing. You're going into this relationship, we don't know if it's going to work or not. What would you say to that?
Well, I would say that everyone thinks they're unique, but statistically it could happen. And in fact, it happens to people who are great people. It's nothing to do with them. It could be the spouse that initiates a divorce. So if you're going to start a business, it's good to have the operating agreement and documents in place. If you're going to have a marriage, which involves money and investment and time and possible dissolution, it's good to have a plan in place as well.
A question I get asked a lot by my clients that are maybe onto their second marriage or they're getting married later in life is their business they've established that's booming and doing great. Is that going to be a marital asset once they're married?
Oh, that's a great question. With proper planning, you can maintain a pre-marriage business as one's sole and separate property, not to be divided in the event of a divorce. However, let's say, a common scenario, you have your business, you go to work every day, your spouse stays at home, takes care of the house. Upon divorce, that spouse, through their attorney, can make the claim that you would not have been able to been successful at your business throughout the years of your marriage without the support at home to allow you to do that, thereby allowing that spouse to make a claim on that business.
Gotcha. And what have you found with your clients that you advise on these agreements before they get married? Is it well received on the other side?
Oh, well, you know what? Surprisingly, it's a lot easier than most folks believe, because whether you're aware of it or not, people think about these things. It's in the back of their minds. They're aware that there are these issues out there that may be uncomfortable to talk about. But being proactive, having the conversation, can actually allow all these things to come out and be dealt with and discussed in advance. And I would add that you can have the lawyer deal with all the awkwardness of the conversation. It's the lawyer's idea to talk about this. It's the lawyer's suggestion to have this. Let's all have a family meeting in the conference room at the law firm, and let's hear what he has to say.
And Bill, what's the best time, if you're thinking about doing this, what's the best time to do it?
Well, that's a great question, because part of the family code about prenuptial agreements is they cannot be signed under duress. And the most classic example for being under duress is you've paid for the wedding, invitations are out, family's in town, and here you are at the lawyer's office, a few days before the wedding, trying to get the agreement signed. That agreement would be voided by a court because the person felt duress or pressure to sign and didn't really have a choice. So we're looking usually at 6 months out at least is the best time to start having this conversation. Take some time for the papers to be prepared. A valid prenuptial agreement requires each party to have its own counsel so you need some time. You want this to be an experience where it's educational and people feel protected, not rushed, not something that's a burden for people to deal with on top of a wedding.
That's great. And Bill, if for all our clients and friends out there watching, what's the best way for them to contact you?
Sure, you can call us at the office, 949-474-0940.
Great. I'm Darrell White. Thanks for tuning in today. Thank you to my partner, Bill London. Have a great day.